Hello everyone, it is I, your host, Justin's Games, and right now we're going to do a deck profile on Royal Paladin. Okay, to start off our deck profile, we use Glime, because that's the only starter that we have. But we get to draw a card. Still nice. After that, we have this 1, 2 Exculpate. I don't use 3 because I kind of found it to be a little bit inconsistent. Overall, he is pretty much a board wipe, which is pretty much good for Excel clans. And I get 2 Vanguard swings, so why not? But more important, I get to destroy my opponent's hand. Just the whole point is make sure you have Blaster Blade anywhere in your grasp, because if you don't, you lose. I run 3 Alfred, King of Knights. He's good for deck thinning. He's also mainly good for pressure. So that's why I use him. I'm still gonna keep using him when the other set comes out for Miyagi. I run 4 Alfred early. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really like him all that much. The reason why is it kind of like, I don't want to take Blaster Blade out from the soul. And if I don't, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to call him from the hand. If I don't have him from the hand, then I'm not going to use the skill, and it's just like I'm going to sit there doing nothing. I do get a gift, and that's fine and all, but I kind of want to use a skill whenever I really need it. So he's coming out. Next for the Heart and Soul. For a Blaster Blade. You pretty much need him. Everything pretty much it mainly revolves around him. I like him for, his skill to actually get a critical whenever I have forearm or rear guards to add pressure to my opponent, and being able to on place pop something is pretty cool too. So right now in this deck he's not really doing much of anything but actually keeping me alive for Exculpate, but when the new stuff comes out he's going to be doing a lot more. Next, for Akane, for deck thinning. And it's actually technically deck thinning by 2 when you call Pongal, and then Pongal will activate a skill in a column. So either way, I still make a free column. And 21k column, because if she's boosted by a high beast, she gets 3k. And together with that, with Pongal, that would be 21. 26 if you actually did nail a trigger. Three Benon, because I do have some moments where, Exculpate's in my hand too early and I don't have a grade 3. I can just trade that in, get a grade 3, and call it a day. Anything other than that, he doesn't really do much of anything. One copy of Jarn. I have those moments where I, have Akane, and sometimes I may want to call it with Jarn, because whenever Jarn attacks, he gets 5k. So he's actually 15k by himself. I have 3 more rear guards. Combined with, Pongal, I can have a 23k. he's okay for now. Next, we have 3 Wingull. Self-explanatory for Blaster Blade. And for the Exculpate turn, which I might get to later. Pongal, another self-explanatory one. I want to thin the deck out as much as possible. I might nail a card that I may not want on top of the deck so I can have a chance of increasing my trigger checks. If not, I get a trigger, I still hit for a high number. And there's also a chance I actually might Soul Charge or Blaster Blade so that way I can actually have a chance to use early skill and call a Blaster Blade that an extra one I don't really need. Other grade ones. Night Squire Allen. He is a bit of a dumbed down version of Marin. Whenever he's placed, cost activate a skill. Counterblast 1. Choose a card with the same grade as your Vanguard or less and call it onto the board. He gets 3k and I get to draw a card. He's just only on place. He's fine, but not as good as Marin. And speak of the devil. 3 Little Sage Marin. All I have to do is call a unit in the same column, and I get to draw a card, and Marin gets 3k. And all I have to do is just call a unit in the column. I don't have to unplace or anything like that. That's what makes him good. Now on for the triggers. I'm running your standard eight critical for pressure. I run 4 heal because I don't want to die. And 4 draw trigger PGs. Because you kind of need that to live. Overall, that was the deck profile. I guess I could show you what I usually do. If you can help it, ride early first. The reason why I say that is because if you do have an extra Blaster Blade in your hand, call it from the hand. It's not as good as calling it from the soul, but still, call it because you want to keep it in your soul. And if... Also, put the imaginary gift, which I run 8 of, by the way. 8 imaginary gifts. If you ride onto early, put the gift under him. Because by himself, he's only hitting for 13k. You want high numbers. And if you call Blaster Blade out from anywhere, your hand, soul, anything like soul, like so, Blaster Blade will get 10k. So if you went first and if your opponent's like a grade 2, you have 23 with a 20k and maybe even a booster in the back. So just make them guard for more numbers, and that's pretty much the name of the game. Another scenario would be if you somehow, after your turn with Alfred early, right on top. Now with this, you can be a little more lenient. You can actually put the gift here. So put the gift here. Use a skill. Call Blaster Blade. Blaster Blade gain 5k. This is 25, and with Alfred's skill, he's a 23. So that's automatically a magic number there. Make them guard a 15k if they're on a grade 2 turn for them. So you have 1 gift on Blaster Blade and you have 1 gift on your Vanguard. That's what I usually do, so I can actually spread out the power a little bit more. And the reason why we want to do that is because we kind of want to kill them with Exculpate the Blaster. What you want to do is you want to have at least 2 gifts on the Vanguard circle. So you can actually make Exculpate a lot more devastating than it should be. By itself, it should be a 34. And like I said, please make sure you have Blaster Blade in your soul. And the ideal formation you want to have with this would be... Put Exculpate here. Two gifts under him. A lot more space here. Let me adjust this. You want 2 gifts under Exculpate. And if you can actually help it, you might probably have an extra gift anywhere. I'm just going to put it here. You're going to want to have a Wingull in the back. Just a little bit more so you can see. If possible, you will want Akane here, and I guess you can have a normal grade 3 here. So you have a 34 by itself that can actually swing, and after it's done, you put 2 cards from your hand to the soul. Exculpate is retired. Blaster Blade. So right now you have a extra Vanguard attack, and notice how we didn't boost. Wingull skill. He's going to get Blaster Blade 5k. Blaster Blade is on 2 force gifts, so that's going to make him 30. And with Wingull skill, that's 35. And if you swing, that will be 43, a high number. Plus, we also have Blaster Blade skill to get an extra critical. And you have other numbers you can swing with. And if you get a trigger, that's even better for you. So that's usually what I do. This is basically like a mini next stage turn. Destroying your opponent's board and actually crippling their hand. I recommend you might want to finish it on this turn because it might be hard for you to survive since you're a grade 2 again. But overall, that was my deck profile. Do I really like how it plays so far? Like, it actually bricks on me sometimes. For whatever reason. It's actually going to play a lot more better when when Miyagi comes out, like next month. And I do hope to do a deck profile on that when I upgraded my deck. So overall, do you like it? Do you hate it? Leave a comment, down below. I'll see you during my next profile or video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So you guys have a nice night, and see you guys later.